it's been a while, so I'm gonna be a bit rusty. I think last time I played it was about a week ago, but last time I streamed maybe a couple of weeks ago. Oh. So let's get into it. I do have another character that I've been playing on, which is that one. The one I've currently been doing is that one, I believe, for the stream. But I'm going to start a new one. We're going to race as Mercedes, we're going to race as Lewis. And we're going to do the American Grand Prix. I'm going to put 25% formation lap, no qualifying or anything, so it's where we are. We'll have clear weather. And we'll continue. Oh no, get rid of that. I can't have that on my video at all.
Well then, after an exciting
All
qualifying
that,
session yesterday,
because
let's take
copyright
a look at how the cars
strikes.
line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Valtteri Bottas, and Verstappen, Massa, Perez, Ocon, and Daniel Kvyat, Hülkenberg, Stroll, Carlos Sainz, and Grosjean, Magnussen, Alonso, Pascal Wehrlein, and Stoffel van Dorn. Palmer and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Yeah, it is time to head down to the track.
Okay, you can brake late into one because of the incline. It's a slow corner though, so make sure you stay out of trouble. Good luck.
The chairman of COTA here in Austin recently expressed his delight at the circuit's performance since it began its tenure holding the United States Grand Prix.
Alright, let's load a setup. I have been doing a lot of like messing about with setups and stuff in time trial, but I'm just using them for the chilling out career that I'm doing. I'll put that. Should be fine. Alright, we'll go for one stop.
Since opening here in Travis County back in October 2012, this circuit has had its fair share of exciting Grand Prix, and the packed grandstands are once again creating an incredible atmosphere.
Yeah. Welcome to Stream Lucia. Yeah, it's an F1 game. I love me F1.
It's a section of track that's been cleaned up, so there have been some drivers struggling to drift. It'll be interesting to see if we see more of that today.
Fair enough.
Chairman of COTA here in Austin recently expressed his
Let's get the car into temperature on this lap.
Wait, what?
So go through all you can.
What is that? Oh, why the hell is it like that? That's slightly weird. Oh God. That is slightly weird. Never seen that before. Yeah, like I was saying in messages for you, how I do my YouTube videos and that, well, do the streaming, is I use the PlayStation controller, well, the PlayStation button.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient. Watch for the lights.
And I obviously stream it to my channel. Depending how long it is, like time-wise, depends how long it takes, because my Bloodborne, my Bloodborne one that I did, that was 12 hours, that took, I believe, 1.5, 2 hours after it was done. So it takes a while, depending how long it is. And for some weird reason, the mic isn't working. What sound? Oh. Wait, no, I just want the chat audio. No, so that's kind of weird. And that shouldn't have happened, but whatever. Oh. Oh god, I haven't been on F1 for a while, so it's going to take me at least a few laps to get back used to it again. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. No, I don't want to do -1. So it's just saying shit, like, changes it. Lovely. Oh. What's that? Ah, fair enough. Let me see what my friend says. Oh god. I certainly need to get used to doing this again. I suppose I'll just have to deal with that if I want this view. Unless it's something to do with the camera. No, it's not under that camera. I'll remove that, I think. Near clip. I'll put it to 0, see if that changes. Yeah, so that changes it. Good. There we go, I think that's better for brakes. There we go. A decent lap this time. Now let's try Rich, see if we can get a good lap. See how good of a fast lap we can get with this. Hopefully it can be a decent one. When is the pits anyway? Lap 9 or 10. So Vettel's 5 seconds behind, and I think he's also trying to push to catch up as well.
Let's the race. Keep this up.
6 seconds. Oh, too wide. Oh, can't have cut that too much. So still got like another 4 to 5 laps left on these tyres. So we've got 32% on the front.
We're approaching to your window. You'll be on assistance.
Hey, welcome to Extreme. Oh. I'm just doing this like to get myself back into playing F1 again, since all I've done recently is Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Terraria and Dragon Ball Xenoverse as well. As soon as we've done this race, I'm going to be going into a full career. Hey, welcome to the stream anyway. Oh, I never noticed that. Vettel and Ricciardo has pitted. Not going to affect me because I'm not going in just yet. So still, I think we're a pit stop ahead, in distance wise, so I'd be able to pit and still come out first. So we've got a big enough gap, but the longer it goes on, the more laps Vettel has the chance to catch up. Oh, okay. All I've done is put quite a few fast laps. Oh god, no. This ain't gonna be my in lap. The next one is. Next lap is... the end of the next lap is the one that I'm going to be going into pits in. So I'm going to change fuel mix on the next lap. I don't need to pit in this lap, I can pit in the next 2 more laps. I'm going to pit in at the end of the next one, because I'll have lost a little bit of time. The cutting corner by mistake. not really. I don't really want to be playing Dark Souls. At the minute I'm fed up of it. Because that's all I've done, like, recently. As much as I've enjoyed playing, like, with subscribers and that, but with viewers, I'm currently fed up because I've not been playing anything else, even, like, casually. I've done naught but play Dark Souls just so I can get, like, either some things or get some stuff sorted for the next stream. So I'm not really up for playing it. Yeah, I know it's you, but still I'm not up for it, for playing Dark Souls at the minute. Because that's all I've done. And I want to settle down and play something different. I just want to sit down, chill, and play something completely different, and something that I'm a big, like, fan of. What's notifications? Ah. Right, well, there we go. Vettel was 28 seconds. I think that is Vettel. We'll just have to see the time split of Sector 1. Oh, I seem quicker. Wait, what? I seem quicker on these tyres than I do. Oh, than I did with the other ones. So it's, yeah. So that is Vettel behind us. So we've gone purple in the second sector. As soon as this race is finished, I'm going to be jumping into my career as well. But I don't know, like, which one to go in, the chill one that I've been doing, or the actual, well, I suppose it would be the actual career that I've done on here, where we've won the past few races surprising. So slowly pulling away from Vettel. As well, if you're still watching Destroyer, I don't really do parties when I'm on F1. It's only Dark Souls or Terraria. So I won't really like accept it unless I were playing Dark Souls, Terraria, Bloodborne. It's just with F1 I prefer to concentrate since it's something I like and that I've played for a long time, so I like it to be peaceful when I'm playing. And just a tip as well, don't spam. Don't try spamming invites either, because it does get a bit annoying. Like, as soon as I turned PlayStation on the other day, I just got bombarded with like 10 invites from you for a party. I know I said I'd give you that weapon, or try and give you a weapon that I don't use from DLC, but you have to bear with me. Yeah, granted I play Dark Souls and that and stream it, but you can't expect me to like drop it, like what I want to try and do, just to drop the weapon for you. I'm not trying to sound harsh or anything, I'm just trying to say don't try and spam invites as much. Because well, when I was streaming I got like 6-7 invites literally like a minute apart from each other. I'll happily still play Dark Souls and that, but it'll have to be like when I choose to try and stream it like that. I think we need to do a bit more testing. I've got used to handling model, but I suppose I'm going to have to get used to excuse me, handling a Sauber. But surprising, with Sauber, we are currently fighting for first place.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
Oh what? It's the same podium as real life. Lewis first, if you haven't seen it. Vettel in second and Raikkonen third.
The driver of the day then, Anthony Davidson. Who would you go for?
Well, Jolyon Palmer did a great job coming through the field today, so my vote goes to him.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Alright, I'm going to swap driver. We're going to go for that one, because that's the one we have been currently playing with the career. So currently we're winning the drivers standings at the minute, but we're only on, I think, race 5, yeah, round 5. So we're only 5 races in and we're currently on the top. To be honest, I can't really see it lasting much longer. Since our car is slightly worn. Well, the engine's slightly warm, so we've got a new engine for this race. I'm gonna put the engine on all its worst bits. Just because of the practice sessions and stuff. Just because I don't want to waste a brand new, well, waste brand new engine parts and stuff for it. Oh, get rid of that. Can't have that.
Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Over the next few minutes, the teams will be heading out onto this classic Formula One track for what we're expecting to be a very hectic practice session. Now then, Anthony Davidson, we've had some really strategic races over the past couple of years, thanks to the current 3-tyre compound system, and of course the groundwork for all those strategies comes from the free practice sessions like this one. So what do you think of the current tyre regulations?
Well, they've created some, I wouldn't say exciting necessarily, but certainly interesting races. There have been a lot more questions around, like how long can someone stay out on this set, or will they have the pace to catch another car if they suddenly bolted on a set of ultra softs, things like that. When everything comes together, we end up with multiple cars nose to tail on different tyres, all fighting for track position. So on the whole, it's definitely been a positive step, I feel, for the sport.
So far we're currently beating our teammate. We're also currently beating the team's objectives. So let's get... Hey Sebron. I'm currently doing something different rather than play... I'm trying to do something a little bit different than playing a lot of Dark Souls and that. I also tried streaming. I know I promised in the when I commented to you. I know I promised about Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but I've tried it. And it lets me play it, and it'll let me stream it, but it won't let me stream to what you call it? YouTube. It let me stream to Twitch and that Daily Mail or whatever it is. Daily whatever. But it just won't let me do YouTube. It depends. If Dustin is up for it, we will probably do Terraria. But I'm doing this. Excuse me. Oh. I'm doing this just because I've got like no else to play. That I think it'd be good enough. Hey Matt, and welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, that's right, because I put an old engine on, well, old engine parts. Don't bother me, but oh well. Statistic-wise for Sauber, they're like not a bad team, but on the game they're portrayed as being like the second worst, next to McLaren. But for some weird reason, I've held it out there for 4 races. Well, three wins and a second place, I believe. Wait, what? I don't get what you mean with that. There we go. We're doing the full thing for that. Return back to the pits. Get on with the next one. Why'd I choose Sauber? I did 2 races. One in McLaren Honda and one in Sauber. And whichever team like got the highest position in a race that I got in a race would be the team that I would do a career on, and then the other team would be the one I'd do casually. But I've got two drivers at Sauber, and the original one that I made I didn't put into a team, but they're going to be with McLaren. And so far it's been pretty decent as Sauber. True, I thought I'd change it up as well, like, because all other F1 games, you like up to 2013, I think it were. You picked a team and you could choose to stay with them. And I ended up, like, on 2011 I chose Force India because teams you could pick. I chose Force India and I took them to win 4 titles in a row. And then 5th year I swapped over to McLaren and then won my 5th championship with them, and then won because constructors with that. But there is a difference between like McLaren, Mercedes and Sauber. There's also a difference as well for McLaren Honda, because when I raced with them, I sent slightly faster than Sauber. But obviously doing Korea, I made Sauber like to the same speed as Mercedes. Well, not to the same speed, but like almost where it's good enough to compete against Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull. So I'm now like I'm the only one obviously in the Sauber team who is good enough to race against the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, Williams, like the top teams, and the mid-tier teams as well. There is a difference, but you just have to like mess about with setups to see where you can and like can't go. Like for like the power wise and stuff. So you change it where it's more balanced, so you get more either aero or a bit more straight line speed, stuff like that, to be able to have a decent and competitive car. Right, so that's the second one. Right, let's see if we can do... Because you have to give a tyre set back. So I'd sooner use this set of tyres, like keep using this for practice one. Oh, it's to see it. Yeah, I do want to win, but I want to see if, like, see how possible it is to get the lower teams. Like, see how many seasons it would take to get the lower teams to be, like, really, really competitive against Mercedes. Currently, with routes I'm going down, it's pretty good so far. Mixed with me messing around in time trial for setups, I think I have Sauber as a good competitive car. I'd say mainly for midfield, but I've been putting it on podium for the past 3 races that I've done with him. Well, since start of season, I've put the Sauber on the podium. I've won 3 and came second once. So I've pretty much, I think I've done a pretty good job with Sauber at the minute. True. I'd have preferred going with a Mercedes powered car, but or even McLaren Honda, and see how good I can get that as a competitive car. But I chose Sauber, and currently I don't want to say I've made a mistake. Like the second race, I think it was Bahrain. But with Bahrain, I did well. I qualified pole, lost it. By the end of the race, I had a gearbox problem where the gear shifts took longer to change. So that meant Vettel behind could catch up. And it literally came down to like a few tenths by end of race, just between me and Vettel, and because of gearbox problem, because of the amount of wear. But I've been going through the durability section. So I've been doing durability over actual R&D stuff. So the gearboxes had extra durability, MGU-K and I think the MGU-H as well. I think the turbocharger as well. So it's pretty comparable. Like from the start of the season, we know durability things on, to having full-blown durability on them.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:28.7.
True, but what I've been trying to do as well is to cut costs on penalties, is use the parts as long as possible. So, excuse me, what I've been doing, let me go and set up and show you. I'm only on my second gearbox, because the first one I ran, I think 3 or 4 races. No, it'd be 3 races, and it will 75-80% on wear. And it's like, I can't get that to run 6 races. I encountered, like through the entire Bahrain Grand Prix weekend, I encountered problems with a gearbox, like skipping gears. I had that in the race. It was fine, because I managed to like work my way around it. But then towards the end of the race, I got a full-blown gearbox problem where I lost a gear, it came back, and then a couple of laps after that I lost pressure, I think it were, and then the gears took longer to change. So then that meant my straight line speed got slower and slower and slower, giving Vettel a better chance of catching up. But currently, that's the wear on these engine parts. I'm on my third set of engine parts, and I haven't touched the fourth just yet, but I think by the end of the season I might end up having to use either 5 or 6 engine parts, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But I'm going to keep using this one I'm currently using, where all the parts are literally, well, not broken, but nearly there. We've got 2 in green, so they're near the 50% mark. But then we've got turbocharger at 66, the MGU-H, MGU-K, and ICE. And currently the worst is the MGU-K, so I've been trying to... So I've been upgrading the cost, well, not cost, the durability of the MGU-K, and currently I've got it ironed out. Because what I've been doing is I've been using one for the, like, number 1 for all the practice sessions. And then when it comes to qualifying, using either 2 or 3. And then when it comes to race, keep using that. So I'm always going to have an engine spare for practice and an engine spare for qualifying in the race, which I think is a pretty good idea. But the last race we took a gearbox penalty because I couldn't use that gearbox anymore. But then the update, obviously Codemasters did the update, and durability for gearboxes got reduced. I think what I might do now is just go out on a... I need to pick the tyres. Alright, we'll go out on... So that's saved for race. That's saved for race. Reserved for Q3, Q2, Q2. And they're for Q1. And all these are for practice. Got to give 2 sets of tyres. I could go out on another lap, but... is it worth it? Not really. Yeah, handling's good.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 28.7.
That would just accelerate time.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top 3.
So we only
who
got
are
4.
Vettel, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton.
But that's what I mean.
Concludes an
That
interesting practice session. Let's
I'm
look for more
pretty
excitement
comparable
as the weekend
to
unfolds.
Ferrari and Mercedes. And then there's my teammate Pascal at the bottom with the slowest time. I've not played 2016, so I don't know how comparable it is. But comparing it to 2015, they're slightly similar. They're similar in a way, but obviously 2017's got the faster cars and stuff. I'm not bothered about... With practice, I'm not really fussed if I don't get first, because I know it's the qualifying that actually matters. But well, now we're back at the thing. This is like the setup I'm going for. So we've got general wear for the gearbox. We've got another one for gearbox, and we've got the MG UK. That's all I've done, like in this bit. And currently, I've seen a big difference. We've got one on chassis, which did fail. So we had to redo that one again. We did the front wing, and it passed, and I've seen a slight difference, but I've not bothered about going on the engine just yet. Yeah, I suppose you can say it's a bit more realistic. But obviously you can see that with stats, 13% on durability, 5% chassis, 4% on aerodynamics, and the least it's powertrain. Because I've not really seen a point to do it. Yeah, granted we're the second slowest team with the engine, but to me that's nothing. The chassis is like the worst, so I'll be trying to get that up, and then then aerodynamics, we're still the slowest, so I was trying to gain that up as well. So then we can be at least comparable for aerodynamics and the chassis. Currently we don't have anything going, but progress wise, you can see stats there. Like Australia, I was second, because I qualified third, overtook Lewis into turn 3, and then held Lewis off for the entire race. Vettel was, I think, 20 seconds up the road, so Vettel could have stopped and still come out first. China, pretty good race. It was wet. I think it was a wet race, so we shined in wet. Then obviously Bahrain, where I had the gearbox problem and I just managed to finish first. Russia were won by, I think, like a few seconds. Currently we're on a similar level to McLaren. Obviously you can see there that Ferrari and Mercedes are the same. Red Bull's slowly catching them. So is Force India, and then close behind is Williams, Renault, Toro Rosso and Haas. And then there's us and McLaren fighting at the bottom pretty much. But I'm comparable to midfield, well, the top end at midfield to the top teams, so pretty good. Get rid of that because I'm not allowed that. True. It's still a Ferrari-powered engine, so it'd still be alright to do. Right, qualifying trim. We're gonna go for the setup. We'll load the Catalonia one. We've still got quite a few races to go till we're there. Next race after this is Monaco. I'm not confident about Monaco, so I might give up the podium just for a point finish. But if I'm competing in top 3, I suppose I'm gonna have to get more points, so that means I'm gonna have to try and be as competitive as I can. Ooh. So we haven't got rich mix, but to me it doesn't matter because we can still put decent lap times in and see how well we fare. Plus, how I see it as well with practice is everyone else is using probably the most recent engines they've put in, or ones from start of season, or bits that they've changed. I'm using an engine that's nearly fully worn and that I used at the beginning of the season. But you can also see like the clear difference between like the speed of this and the times that they're wanting. On the straight I were like 2/10 slower. Obviously now it's coming to the technical bit where it's now slightly faster. Well, not slightly, a big margin faster than the times that they're wanting me to put. And this is without rich mix. So pretty good. What we're gonna do, 128.0. So next up, estimated qualifying position 7th because we haven't got the full engine. Now we've got we can do the race one. Right, so we'll do the race compound, well, the race strategy with the soft compound, and then once I've done the 5 laps on that, excuse me, we'll then go back through and do the medium compound. And because we'll be going into practice 3 just, well, straight after this, I'm going to change the engine just before, so it's then the qualifying and race engine, so it'll be more comparable. We're also racing on medium difficulty. And you don't need to go higher than medium, I don't think, for like Sauber or McLaren, since how hard it is if you don't have like the right setup. Hey Sebron, welcome back. Oh, you haven't missed much. You've just heard me. Well, you've just missed me talking about the boring facts and stuff about this car. Like about the career and stuff. So currently we're sitting in P4 with that 128.0. So we're currently a second. I think that we're a second and a half away from first. Obviously, because we've got a highly worn engine, so that's understandable. But at least we're keeping up with race strategy and going well over what the time is they're wanting. I think as well for the next lap I might be cheeky and put it into Rich if we can. Oh yeah, we can put it in Rich. Lovely. So I'll put that in on the next lap. And then we'll see what the lap time is comparable to the AI. So on the straight, turn to Rich, DRS wide open, down the straight, see how far we're comparable. We're a second off the pace with that. Ooh, we're a second off on that one. See how we can compare with this. Half a second off in that sector. Let's see what we can do. See if we can get either P2 or P3 for end at session. I hope we can have a comparable lap time. If not, I'll just do it in P3. I think 5. There's only 4 watching. Just message my friend who currently I've been streaming a lot with, and that's Dustin. But we're half a second off. We're using rich mixture. So I think that's a slight improvement, but then again they are using probably the medium tyres, whereas I'm using the soft. Oh, we're 3 seconds faster than the time that the team want me to go. And it will finish his lap. So we've done that, return to garage. Alright, 1:27.6. So we're 6/10 off. Nearest competitor is Lewis, so we're 3/10 off Lewis. Nah, comparable. Let's do the strategy again. We'll do it on the medium compound. Just clear everything off my phone for notifications. Oh jeez. Is that 91%? Yeah. Oh, 91% on MG UK. So that means we're gonna literally lose rich mix. But I don't care, it's just a practice session. And if that's the case, if it does go, we'll just swap over to another engine part. Oh. Well, let's see if we can get a decent time. Well, that goes that out of the window just then. I'll just keep an eye on the wear. Honestly, I actually want to see what will happen when the MG UK fully fails. But I don't think we're gonna see that in this race. Might see that in the next one at Monaco. I'm 91%. Can I swap to Rich? No, still not yet. So it's still coming back with 91%. Yes, you can get engine failures in this game. If a part fails, I think it does give an engine failure. I think. I know you can get engine failures in it. So it's literally just not the AI that get them anymore. It's now you. That's why you have to watch your wear and that. There's a good chance for it to happen after the 75% mark. But I think once it starts going red, that's when it's critical, and it like can happen at any time. But so far, we haven't had the problem. Unsurprising, for the 91% MG UK, faring pretty well against AI. I'll give Sauber that. The only one that's like pretty decent is the gearbox, obviously. So we've got two more, well, we've got one more run after this, and then that's the session. Wait, what? Where'd I drop off the pole? Wait, what? I don't get what you mean, Sebron. You're confusing me. The pull I had in my tyre. Oh, it's just sessions and stuff that I'm doing. So I'm not really like fighting for pole just yet. I will be after the next session. I'm just doing one. I'm going to probably do like a couple of laps in next session and then go straight for qualifying. We're at minute with P5. We've dropped down from P4. But I don't mind it, to be honest, because I'm not really looking for where I'm going to be sitting in practice. I'd rather be looking at where I'd be sitting in qualifying. But we're still comparable to the times that the team's wanting us to go. Oh shit. Right, we return to garage.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are
So we dropped down from
Bottas,
4th to 5th. Like I said, I'm not bothered, but it's like a good comparison. Oh wow, we got even closer, so we gained 3/10, but we're 1.5 second, well, 1.2 seconds off Kimi Räikkönen, so I think it'd be worth changing the parts for next session. And then that can be a decent time. Hey Maria, welcome to stream. Alright, we shall go to the engine. Oh wow, there's only 10 laps left. 10 laps left in that. We've done 112 laps in each of them, except that, which is 118. Alright, we'll put the... We'll put the qualifying setup on, well, qualifying engine. Then, yeah, sure, I'll sub over. I don't mind. Alright, let's go over to practice 3. We've pretty much done everything that we can. Oh, get rid of that.
Is available again, but there is a chance the issue will reoccur.
Wait, what? Rich Mix... I've changed engine. I've changed all the parts. What's wrong with this? We've changed the parts, so we've got a 74 lap engine. So we've got full resource points. Tyre compound. I'll stick with that. No, because it just uploads straight away to YouTube, so it's like the full thing. So if there's any like mistakes, it'll like still be in. Like, the only time I would do editing and stuff is if I did gameplay again on my gaming computer. That's the only type of editing I do. Well, that I would do. I record just using the PlayStation share button. Yeah, I press the share button and then I broadcast my gameplay to... you can either do it to YouTube, Twitch, or that daily whatever. And I always pick YouTube because it goes straight onto my channel. So I will always be putting a video out when I'm streaming. So if people miss like the stream, they can still watch it like a couple of hours later. No, you just add your YouTube. Well, you add your YouTube to your PlayStation through the actual settings, and then when you press the share button, it comes up with like screenshotting and all that, and then broadcasting is under the video option. Like under save video option. And I always click broadcast, so then like I stream it. Then once the stream's finished, about an hour or two after, the video will actually be up. But it just depends like how long like the stream is. So it does it automatically, so I don't have to do anything. Only time I'd have to do it all manually is if I were doing it on computer. And currently I can't do it on the computer since I don't have a good enough graphics card to play some of my games. So I'm kinda holding off for PC gaming for a while. I still do it casually because it's not putting strain on. When you start recording, it strains it. I think you just press and hold the share button until it says gameplay recording. You can still do like normal game series on it. And I'm not sure about the parental level, if you can do it on them. I don't have a parental level obviously because I'm 22, so I really don't need it. Oh, that lap's gone to waste now. But could I get it back doing in the sector? Yes, no, maybe, no. Looks like I'm gonna have to do another lap. I'm gonna do one more lap and then that's session over for us. I think it's a similar setup as well, like if you've got an Xbox One, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I know it's like fairly easy to get used to with PlayStation. Once you've done it once, or maybe twice, like you get used to it pretty easy. You just type what you want for title, like what game it is, what you're doing with it, a brief description which it puts it as your channel description, so when you go you can edit it or whatever, but I just leave it because it gives it a bit more like variety to it. I know I used to put the description in, but I did that on the computer. But I might end up doing it anyway on computer when I go on. Yeah, I saw that. My birthday is in August.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 26.8.
Honestly, I haven't long since turned 22. It's only been like a couple of months since I turned 22. When you press the share button, it should come up with like two big pictures. One is save gameplay and then the other is save screenshot, and then there's two options underneath under that, but I'm not sure how you'd be able to do it. I think you just press and hold either press and hold the share button or just press it, and I think it starts the gameplay then.
And Daniel Ricciardo. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Oh, so this is going to be comparable. This is now qualifying, but I were on the hardest compound. Let's see if we can do a cheeky update to the car for the next race weekend. Hopefully we can. Think we might earn enough points. $502. We've got enough for one update. We've got a voicemail. We'll listen.
Hi. Just letting you know that we've had the team's expectations through for the upcoming qualifying session.
16th or higher, and obviously beat Pascal, which we do anyway. I don't know. The last one I did for Terraria were just like a chill stream before I went and played, I think Dark Souls or Bloodborne, like just to get me into the mood for streaming. But it depends, really. Because I've not really played Terraria, so I'm still like umming and ahhing about shall I keep doing it. But we're looking at stats from yesterday. The stream did, the two streams that I did went pretty well, so I suppose I could do it as a series. And obviously, if it's alright with Dustin, we can do a stream together on it. Alright, let's view the R&D screen. So we can't get one of them. We can do that, so it increases getting the part by 7.5%. Or is it worth just going for another update? MGUK. I'm just gonna go for MGUK Altway. So that'll be done by Monaco, hopefully. Alright, qualifying it is. Get rid of that, because copyright strikes.
The Barcelona Catalunya, and what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily. It's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however.
Why take a set of soft on to put another one on?
Unexpected yellow flags, for example.
That's weird.
With ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
Okay, we know it's going to be a struggle to get out of this session, but give it your best shot.
I know. Right, we'll load it back to make sure. Tyres, obviously, we'll go on the soft and we'll drive out. So get yourselves ready. Right, we'll take it slow going around with the lean. We've got a decent gap in front of us. Put it on lean as soon as we go down this straight. I'll put it onto max, and then now we're going to get ready for doing our qualifying lap. Oh, I don't want to do that. Wait, what? I didn't even tell him to do fewer orders. Just going, ooh, alright then. Whatever. We'll see where we might rack up. As long as we can get through into Q3, I'm not really bothered. God damn it. I took it slightly too wide. I think we'd be able to fare pretty well. The comparison between Sauber and them, you have to use a headset. For some weird reason, it won't let you use a mic. I don't know how many more laps, because it's full qualifying and that I do. But look at comparison between the Sauber and McLaren. In that one corner, then I managed to catch him. He was in the way, we lost time, a lot of time. But we did a 125.0, so for me that's good enough. Oh. Right, now we'll just sit. Fast forward time. So we're a second faster on the same set of tyres. so we'll load the setup, we'll choose the tyres. I'll put them ones back on because we did a lot. Well, we didn't do a lot with them, so I suppose we can still be good enough to use for this. We've got one more session and then like maybe another 1 or 2 more laps. Alright, so we'll carry on. Just had a message from someone. Oh, jeez, Hulkenberg. I'm doing that for a reason, so I've got a big enough gap behind and a big enough gap in front. Because I don't want to be disturbed on my lap. I am and I'm not, but there we go. Sorry about that. It's just like a problem that I have that's still trying to persist. that I explained in my last vlog. Well, in the latest update vlog I've done. About a bit about my personal life, and it's still trying to annoy me. So I'm not going to go into it, and I'm not going to let it bug me. I'm just going to carry on and sit playing this, talking to you guys, and have fun. So that's what I'm about with my YouTube channel. I'm about having fun and having nice chats with my viewers and subscribers. I'm going to do 2 laps, this one and then the next one, depending which one we're going to be quicker. Apparently we're P2, but I can't see us being P2. It should put you like 15th or something, so you've got to work your way up. But then again, it puts you, I think, where you last got your time. I am good, but I do play like with some assists on and that, and I play on controller as well, so it's a little bit difficult for me, but I get by. I've had a lot of experience playing racing games, but over the past couple of years I've not really played them as much. I've been more into like my RPG games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Skyrim pretty much. Wow, so we're going even quicker. $125.2. I'll deal with that. Well, I'll put up with that. I'll put it with that, and then we'll quit. Not quit. We'll fast forward the session, see if anyone can get clear. Oh God, we're on 1 tyres. That's pretty close. That is really close between us and Lewis. So this is going to be pretty much like down to speed for race. Actually no, let's pick the tyres. Let's get we're going to get a brand new set. Oh, brand new set, especially for Q3. Oh, sugar. Fastest time. Oh, no, I think that's fine. Half a second slower. Put a brand new set on, ready for. I'm gonna end this when I've probably finish the race and then start another stream.
There's only a few cars out on track. We should consider getting out there. Engine fired. We're set.
But I'm gonna have like a little break between the streams so I can like get something to eat, something to drink, and relax a little bit. I don't know what I'll stream. I might try and stream a bit of Bloodborne. Excuse me. I might try and do some Bloodborne, I don't know. I'll have to have a think. I might go with a game that's like more chill. Maybe Stardew Valley or Terraria, I think. I don't know, I'll have to have a look at all my games. Or I could play just for the laugh, Goat Simulator. I do also have Lords at Fallen as well, so I could probably do that. I would stream Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but sadly I can't on YouTube. But I could on Twitch, but I don't really use Twitch that often. Actually, I never use Twitch. Last time I used it was like 3-4 years ago, so... Excuse me, there's a big difference. Then again, no, that's a lie. I did try streaming on Twitch like a few months ago, but it didn't really work, so I just left it. Or I could probably stay doing this like for a bit longer. Just depends really. That's good, we got into 124s. Let me see if I can extend and go even quicker than a 124/7. See if we can go to like a 124/0, maybe. Oh no, all that time I just gained, lost. No! last lap for putting a time in. Actually, no, we'll return to garage, put more fuel in, and then I'll go on another lap. Alright, car set up. Fuel load, we'll put 9 laps. Right, tyre select. Brand new set of tyres. Brand new set. We'll go out on the track. Well, we'll drive out, so we've got the time. So this is going to be the last lap. I don't think you can, but I'm not sure. Come on. God, the AI on here. I'm gonna wait till it goes round main straight. There we go. It's on main straight, so I can put my foot down and do it myself. Now we can set as fast lap, but we've got cars in front. It's either going to be good or going to be bad, but I think it restricts a lot when you have the parental controls on. I think, I don't know. Hey, praise the moon. Welcome to stream. Come on, I need people to go in pits. There's a couple on flying laps as well. I'm not sure when I'll be stopping streaming, so if you want, well, if you need to go and get something, you can go and get something. I'll probably still be streaming by the time you get back anyway, so You know how long my streams go? They go like from a few hours, well, like a couple of hours to like 6-7 hours. So yeah, there's still a chance for you to like go and get whatever you need. I'll still be streaming like 10-20 minutes anyway, so it's safe to say that you can still go and do wherever. Come on, faster lap, faster lap. Boom, pole position. Inner Sauber.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are a Sauber, Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
That were good. That will advance, go to the thing ready for the race. While I'm on this, I'll grab a drink quickly. Here we go. One more thing against our teammate, and we've got the most. I could change team.
Hello. I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
So finish 12th, beat Pascal and place 19th in the championship. Well, currently we're sat in second place, in first place on constructors, so there's literally no point in us trying to do anything, so we'll just skip to race and we'll go from there, really. See where we go. Nope.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have
Are
in
you
store
kidding?
for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91. Or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult.
Well, that took a turn, didn't it?
With
Went from being dry to rain. And I've not done a wet setup. According to this, 2 people are watching. Right, race strategy, when is it gonna dry? Never, so okay. We'll have 17 laps, we'll have 5 laps more fuel. We'll have 4 laps extra fuel. No, 5 laps extra fuel, so then I can do a good set off. So rain does affect tire temperature. Last driver to park up, I think has. Yep. Bombarded by both Ferraris. Can I go between them? Yes I can, and get my position back. Good, that it were an awful start, but oh well. Hey, it's fine. If you need to go, you need to go. I don't mind it. At least you've joined. Hey LowFX, how you been? It's a light rain in 15 minutes, so that'll put it to maybe about 10, I believe. And again, it could do that by the end of the race. Probably not, no. See you, Sebron. LowFX, no, not. No Dark Souls today. I've done a lot of Dark Souls, so I'm trying to take a break from it. I already had someone else today ask if I were going to be doing Dark Souls today. Same response is like, no, not today. Might do in a couple of days. I think this is just going to be a race between me and Kimi. So it's a 1-year-old Ferrari engine compared to the newest Ferrari engine, so there's a big difference. I think I don't have to strain like my engine as much like with this because of it being in rain. But I still need to like defend. I think standard would be good. But I do have like quite a few laps of fuel. So I suppose the more use my rich fuel mix, like the better, because then eventually I'll get lighter and lighter. But obviously have enough where I can like burst out a couple of laps at the end of the race. I think like 1 or 2 laps might be good enough. Right, 1.5 laps of fuel. So we're already pulling away. So we're already pulling away, which is a good thing. But I need to waste some of the fuel first in order for us to get a bigger gap and for it to stay bigger. I think as well, as soon as it turns into next pit stop, I am probably going to go in that same lap. Actually, then again, I could just do what Kimi and Lewis does. If they're going the same lap, then good. But you can last. These can last until end at race, I think. So we've pulled away, we've got like a decent gap. It's not a big enough gap that I'd have liked to have. Hey, welcome back, Sebron. You hadn't really missed much apart from like turn 1 where I lost first and then regained it. Apart from that, he hadn't really missed much. I've just been trying to stay a little bit cautious and stuff while creating a gap. Right, what's the fuel on? 2 laps. That's good enough to change onto standard. If I can do it where there's 7 laps left, I might pit on lap 10. The tyres are still good enough for maybe a few more laps. I might wait it out for the next weather report. So it said 10 minutes. Light rain 5 minutes, that's another 2 laps. So if I can keep going till like lap 10, then I'll be able to put some new intermediates on and then run them to end of the race. So I think Kimi might be doing the same as me. But they're telling me to pit. I'll wait until like we're closer for the light rain. So I said 5 minutes. So it's like another 4 laps. So like lap 12. I'm still good enough on these tyres for now. I think they might actually last until that time. As long as I can have like a 20 to 25 second gap, I'll be able to have a decent pit stop. I can still come out first without any hassle, which that's pretty much what I'm wanting. So Kimi's in pits. Put it to Rich. So still saying 5 minutes. Yeah, so these tyres are still good enough. So Raikkonen's come out in front of Lewis. What I need to do is keep up the quicker laps that I'm already doing until lap 12, when it should turn to light rain. Still saying 5 minutes. I have the patience. I want to do a stop. Then again, I could probably finish the entire race on this set. I did that at China, I believe. I think that's enough for a pit stop and still come out. Yeah, that's enough. I think next lap I'll... Oh, okay. So it is currently drying, which is good enough for me to stay out a couple more laps. So that's... Oh, I got caught on AstroTurf then. That would have been very bad. So I suppose if we keep going, it might end up drying out. What's tyre level? Oh, I think I might go in pits this lap. I lost 0.3 of a second just because I went off on that bit. There we go. See if this has done anything. He's catching up a lot. Just. Come on guys, we need this. This has got to be the best pit stop ever. Come on. Come on, I've got to get up to speed. Kimi, I can just see the glimpse of the car. Yeah, I'll put it to mix 2. Oh, AstroTurf. I'll put it to mix 1 because then we can start gaining fuel. And then we can use that to defend. Four laps of fuel, we'll have to... We're going to have to manage this last 4 laps. Oh, change gear and it made car nearly going to a spin. Oh god, no, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click the one below it. Right, so from that, Kimi's catching up. So I need to stick it into standard. Yeah, I need to put it in standard, otherwise Kimi will end up catching up. Vettel's 8 seconds behind. And he also has Lewis behind him as well. I need Lewis to get between me and Vettel. Because the more points I get, excuse me, the better outcome will be for the championship. Three laps of fuel, got half a lap of fuel we can use. Oh no, Kimi's gone. No. Right, I need to save as much fuel as possible now. Alright, can we... Oh, he's got a puncture. That's cool. That you can do picture mode. I'll save fuel this on this lap, and then the next lap I shall put into Rich, I think. Eight seconds. I could probably deal with the 8 seconds. And save fuel, because that's like a decent margin. Kimi was on a roll for 18 points, and now he's just basically handed it to Vettel. So we do save fuel, then we get to the little straight around, well, near end at lap. We'll put in Rich, see if we can get a good time. Put standard for now. So have it in Rich, and hopefully we can we'll not get a good lap, but we're already 8 seconds ahead of Vettel anyway, so we didn't really need to save fuel, but we did good. It was good enough as well. And I think that was a fast lap. I think that was the fastest lap as well. But I'm not sure on that one.
Brilliant stuff from Sauber today. What a superb victory. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Our current points leader extends their lead at the top of the championship after a very good result here today. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Probably Danny Kvyat. The young Russian has a lot to live up to, and I think he did just that today.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Force India this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Yeah, we're not going to win. I know we're not going to win the constructors. It's going to be between Ferrari or Mercedes. We're going to be hovering around third. We've got, well, we're first in standings. Let's see where his teammate hasn't really progressed, so the bottom 4 cars are full 118 points behind. And then everyone else from 16th is up to 115 behind, so we can afford to get second place in the next race, but I think we'll probably be able to afford to get a third place. So we've won the rivalry against our teammate.
Hey, what could this be? Could it be a promotion to first driver? I think it might be. You read the details. You've earned it.
She's happy that we've beat our teammate. So we've been promoted. We've proven ourselves to be an asset to the team. And such as we've decided to promote you to first driver as the team's #1. You'll receive bonus R&D resource points. This will take place with immediate effect and will be shown at the end of a race weekend. Oh, cool. So we have a new contract. So we've won rivalry against our teammate by 20 points. So we'll go to the next weekend.
How are you today? The improved package has arrived. We're having it fitted in time for FP1. Have a look at the factory report.
Ooh, so the durability update for the MG UK is better. So if that's the case, let's have a look at the engine. Right, we're going to be doing practice, so I'll skip out on using that MG UK. We'll use the second one. I think I might probably have to take a penalty. Yeah, I'll drop a grid penalty for that if I go for another one. But I think overall that engine should be good enough for the practice. So we have Williams, Force India, Renault, McLaren, Mercedes, Haas, Red Bull, Toro Rosso, and then Ferrari. Ferrari are the least that they want, which is weird. So we've got 4 firsts and 1 second. And we're 6 races in. Well, 5 races in. And we've got 4 firsts, 1 second. Good enough for me. We've got 10 seasons to fully upgrade this car. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So the next... they're all... They're all 500, so... I think the next one is either the MG UK for third one, or go for number 2 for the gearbox. Because everything else seems fine. Or I could do the ICE. Then we need to have a look at what is the most wear. So MGUH is the second. A turbo. Excuse me. So we need the MGUH and the turbo, so that's 1,000. We can do one of them after the next well, after the practice. So that one of them will come into play by Canada. I shall leave it here for the career. Alright, I shall nip to Lou. And then I'll be back, and we can do maybe A time trial or something? I'll see. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Alright, I'm back, guys. I think what I'm going to try and do is... we'll try... multiplayer. Let me see if I can mute my... mic. Push to talk multiplayer on, because I don't want to be talking to people, especially while I'm live streaming. I'll do public matchmaking. We'll do midway race. Cool, we're in a session already. Oh, failed to join. Lovely. I'll do a really short one then. Look for one where there's not that many people. We'll join, I suppose. I will also mute these. Wait, why am I getting error to join sessions? Never mind then. We'll do them easy, because I'm not bothering.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us today for one of the few events this year that...
Can go on the inside, yep, down the inside, perfect. Down the inside. Right, let's have a look at that. See you, Sebron. How do I get it? Oh. Screenshot that, because that looks pretty cool. My god, that acceleration, man. Oh god, I didn't know I could have rich mix. Oh, come on. Oh, we got him just at that corner, just as the time ran out. Oh. Right, we'll do the next one.
It's time for a well-deserved...
So we've got 3 laps to complete under 4 minutes 20. Also while overtaking cars as well. don't know if we'd be able to get first, maybe the next two, so fourth. We've got him, we've got the Ferrari now. Oh, that was lucky that we didn't touch. Actually no, we'll keep standard for now. We'll keep flicking from rich to standard until we're up main straight. Yeah, so we're still a bit too far away for even second and third, but still worth trying to push to get there. Even if it's not gonna happen, but we can see him. If they put like put it at 5 laps, then maybe it'd be doable. But then again, I could have probably put Rich on from beginning. Alright, I'm gonna end it here now, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you guys for the next episode, and I shall also see you guys for the next stream. Hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you soon, guys.